Hey guys, Deck Plate Dreamin' here, coming at you with the long-awaited RV tour of our 2025 Grand Design Imagine 2970 RL. One of the first things we did was order this RV lock because there are not many keys out there for these RVs that they make. All right, we're gonna continue forward here to the storage bay. This is the pass-through. It's a nice big size. I put our hitch in here once we get to the RV park to get it off the truck out of the weather. And then I just have some totes in here, and it seems to be very good for what we have right now for storage. We actually even have extra room. We don't need anything else right now, but it's working out great for us as of right now. Let's move around to the front. Right now we have one lead acid battery, and it's doing fine for us right now. We don't do a lot of dry camping, so we just are, full hookup RV sites. The battery does fine. Two 20-pound propane bottles, and those last longer than I expected because it has been colder, so we have been needing to use the heat, which is run off the propane, and they've been doing fine. And then you just take this down to Tractor Supply or your local propane place and get it filled up. It's not bad at all. All right, here we are on the other side of the pass-through. Open this up. This unit comes with the Nautilus system. That's here. There's a battery disconnect and a solar disconnect. And we also have a little 30-amp solar controller. That is where we have one panel on the roof. That panel sends down the energy it produces to that solar controller, and that's how it provides it to the battery, so it goes in there nice and neat and it doesn't get all messed up. These are our tubs for all of our utilities: water hose, electrical cable, as well as our sewer hose. And we have our Starlink router on top of that. I'd like to find a Starlink router holder and mount that somewhere in here. If you know of anything, put it down in the comments. All right, this unit also came with a sewer hose compartment here. We got two 10-foot sewer hoses. One will fit in here at a time. It won't fit both. However, these have been known to pop open while you're driving down the road. So we got a little carabiner or D-ring here to hold it and lock it closed so our sewer hose doesn't go flying down the road as we're driving down the road and we got to go back and pick it up. All right, guys, here's the water spigot from the campground. I went and bought a Y adapter, so to put on there first before our water filter. I also got two sets of these quick disconnects. One for the hose, one for the filter, and I can just quick disconnect this. And there's one on the inside as well that goes to the Nautilus unit. The Y adapter, why I did this. This is our fresh water. The unit also has a black tank flush out system. You don't want to use the same hose or anything like that to do that. So I got a Y adapter. I can come with my new hose, a different hose, hook it up here, put it to the RV. I can turn it on without having to turn off this fresh water going to the RV while I do my black water or black tank rinse out on rinse out day. This is our Furrion on-demand water heater. This is one of the things we loved about this unit. On-demand hot water whenever we need it. Here's our sewer hose. We have two gray tanks, one black tank. They all come here, and this is how we dump the RV tanks when it's time. All right, the other thing that was on our first to purchase list was this. This is a Watchdog surge protector. This is a 50-amp model. This is just like any surge protector in your home. This is what's going to protect the RV in case any power fluctuations are coming from the pedestal at the RV park. This will turn off the power and not allow those spikes or anything like fluctuations go to the RV, which could cause a fire or any damage to your electrical components on the inside. So a Watchdog is one of the first things you should get. For the Watchdog itself, we ordered ours from eTrailer. They are a great resource for anything RV needed, so check them out. One thing I wanted on the unit was a ladder to get on the roof. You might wonder why. Well, one good thing about the Grand Design trailers, their roofs are fully walkable along with their slides, so you can get up there and monitor anything, verify that it's clean, go up there and wash it when you need to, as well as if you're in an RV park with a lot of trees, you may have to go up there and sweep off stuff. And when you bring your slides in, you want to be sure they're totally clear before bringing them inside. Otherwise, anything on top of the slides could end up inside the RV or damage your seals as you're bringing them in. So you want to be sure that those slides are fully clean prior to bringing them in. All right, that concludes the walk around on the outside. We're now going to go inside and check it out.
Welcome to our home. So one of the things that made me fall in love with this particular travel trailer was the fact it has 2 slides. So it really gives you a lot of space. And I knew moving out of a home into an RV, I needed to have it feel like a home. And this gave me the homey feel as soon as we walked into it the very first time. I love having my island. Not only does it give me extra counter space, but it also gives me tons of storage down here. I have 6 drawers plus the under the sink storage. Another favorite thing about this RV, pantry. I knew I needed to have a pantry. And one thing I did do, because most people know they make the shelves like super far apart, so you feel like you lose a lot of space where you could be storing stuff. And instead of going in and like adding shelves, what I did is I took some of these, I don't even know what you call these really, but we had them in our closet, and the legs fold in and out, and then it gives you that extra level where you could put stuff. And then I had these bins from our pantry in our house, so they transferred over nice and gave us a ton of room. I'm able to fit my air fryer down there. I had to get rid of my Instapot because I didn't have room, but I have room for the air fryer, so we're good. Also, I have this cabinet up here where I keep all my seasonings and oil and stuff. We have microwave. We have the stove top, which has 3 gas burners. And then we have our little tiny baby oven. I had to get all new baking sheets and stuff to fit in there because all the ones I had at the house didn't fit. So we went to like Ollie's or something and found a bunch of pans that fit perfectly in there. So that was nice. And we didn't have to spend too much money. Then I have a cabinet down here where I store some of my pans, my cutting boards, stuff like that. This is our Furrion fridge and freezer. I don't know the size off the top of my head, so we will definitely put it in there. This is great size for Casey and I. It's just the 2 of us, so we don't need a massive fridge and freezer, and we don't really buy groceries in bulk, so this works out perfect for us. We also have 2 big deep drawers over here, and then 3 cabinets, plus this extra counter space. So again, I want it to feel like home. So I have my 2-tier tray here, and I have decorations that I swap out. Here soon, I need to be putting my Christmas ones up, so I'll do that as soon as we go back to the storage unit and grab those. Casey always has stuff. He has things. He has, I need a screwdriver, I need a tape measure, my wallet, my this, my that. So I gave him this nice little basket here, and he can just do whatever he wants, fill his stuff in there. Then it's just in one spot. So when we go to leave, he can just grab all his stuff and go. And then of course, we had to have the Keurig, which I want to say we've yet to actually make a full pot of coffee in this, but he does use it every day for his single cup. So anyway, but we have that option if we need it. So that is the kitchen. This is what we call our dining room / office. So not only do we eat here, but we also do video editing here. So we have a monitor set up and our laptops whenever we're working on videos. And this space works perfect for us for right now. This is our family room. Casey and I primarily hang out here in these recliners. They're super comfy. And then we love that it has the armrest, that has the cup holders, and it also has a charger in it for our phones. So that's really nice to have. And then the couch also pulls out into a bed, which we pulled out the other day just to lay on it and see if it was comfortable, and it actually was. So that was really nice. We have 2, let's call them end tables, but these actually open up and there is storage underneath here that goes all the way back, which is amazing. That gives us so much extra storage for games and blankets and other things like that. One thing I did do is I bought this, let's call it a bench / ottoman, because it has storage in there. So again, it's nice to have extra places to store things. So right now we have our printer in there. We have some other office supplies in there, super easy to get to, but it also doubles as an ottoman. You can sit on it, put shoes on. So I would highly recommend getting that if you're looking for something of this sort to have in your RV. I think it was under $50 on Amazon. So super good purchase. And then we also have the upper cabinets. And up here, I just have a bunch of baskets, like in the pantry, just with different things up there. So that gives us a lot of extra room to store things. Another thing that we really love about this model is that it has the fireplace. Right now I don't have it pushing any heat out, but it does heat up this RV really nicely, and it uses electric rather than propane. So at nighttime, it's been a lot colder recently, so we'll crank this thing up in the evenings and let it run, so then the heater doesn't kick on until way later into the night. But the cool thing is it has a few different settings on the fireplace. So you can choose whatever mood you're in, light it however you want, and then if you want to turn on the heat, you can turn that on. And the great thing about this is, while the heat is kicking out of this right here, this doesn't ever get hot. You can touch it, you can have things around it. Now, I wouldn't recommend putting anything in front of it, but I don't have to worry about this bench getting overheated or anything like that because it doesn't. So that is really great. The other thing we like about this is it gives us extra storage here to put stuff. There's storage in here. We have storage up here, and the TV will pull out and move around. If you're maybe over here and you want to angle this way, you can do that. So again, we just really love a lot of the features that this RV had, and it checked pretty much all of our boxes. And this is the hallway heading down to the bathroom and the bedroom. And we did hang a couple signs up with command strip Velcro just to make it feel a little bit more like home. Okay, this is our bathroom. It is a little small in here, so we weren't able to actually have one of us in here while the other films. But this is our shower and has a little skylight there that makes it feel a little bit roomier, more so for Casey. Feels plenty roomy height-wise for me. This is a plastic insert, and I've been struggling to find something to attach to it so we can put up like our shampoo and stuff, but for right now, I just have it in a bin on the floor because every type of thing we've bought doesn't work. One thing I do love about this bathroom is it does have a lot of storage. So they have the double upper cabinet there. We have these little cubbies in here, which are pretty deep. They go back the depth of the shower, so I can store lots of stuff in there. And then up here, they have a double cabinet, the one with the mirror, and then the other one. And so those are jam-packed with all kinds of stuff. Lots of space in there. We have a little bit of counter space where I keep this is all kind of the stuff we use on a regular basis. And then there's a little storage under the sink and then the 3 drawers. So overall for our RV bathroom, I feel like it definitely has a good amount of storage. And we decided not to hang the toilet paper holder up. We just already had this unit that we were using, so that's what we continue to use. And one other thing I did in here is I hung up a command hook for our hand towel. Welcome to our bedroom. So we have a queen size bed, and this mattress we upgraded right after we bought the RV. We ordered this mattress from Brooklyn Bedding. Highly recommend. This mattress is so comfy, and anyone who's ever owned an RV knows that the mattresses that come with them really are not suitable. So got this right away, and we couldn't be happier with it. So in here, we each kind of split the side of the closet storage. So we each have an upper cabinet. We have our closets and 2 drawers here. And then you can't see it here, but I will pop a little photo of it in the video. We each have a little cubby behind our pillows. So those have regular plugs. They also have USB and, is it USB-C? USB-C plugs. So we can charge all our stuff just right next to where we sleep. And then over here, we have another closet and 2 big drawers. So we each have a drawer here and half the closet. Gives us plenty of space for all our stuff. And then underneath the bed, we have a ton of storage where we keep like shoes, backpacks, stuff like that that we don't wear or use every single day, but we need to have here. And then another thing we did is we got command hooks and hung them up in here. Those are great for just hanging sweatshirts, hats, towels, whatever. I love those things. They are so helpful. And even on this one over here, I have my sweatshirt and hat. Just makes it easier to grab when I need it. One final thing we wanted to show you on our tour is our Compass Connect control panel. This is where you can monitor the levels of all of your tanks as well as your battery, turn on and off the lights, water pump, as well as control the awnings and slides. And as you just saw, it went off there because it is motion activated. So as long as you just walk by, it'll pop on. And the really cool thing is there's an app for this. So Casey has it on his phone so he can see where our tanks are at and battery is at any point in time. And he can also open and close the awnings, the slides, turn on the water pump, turn on the lights, which is really great. Like, so if you're coming home at night and you didn't want your lights on the whole evening you were gone, you just quick pop them on right before you get to the trailer. It works great. Also, the air conditioning units we have here, we have one in the main area and one in the bedroom. They each have their own control, which has been awesome for us because sometimes we just want the one on in the bedroom at night. We don't need to be cooling down the whole trailer. So that's pretty cool too. And this particular model has a 45-gallon fresh tank, 45-gallon black tank, and then we have 2 gray tanks that are also 45-gallon. And that concludes the tour of our home. If you like this video, we would love for you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and follow along on our fun RV adventures. We'll see you next time.